Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. Jay, before I jump into this video, I would like to just welcome the people who are new to the channel. This is the Angry Man Podcast, AM Sports Media, where we're always dropping boxing-related content. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like button or the dislike button if you don't like the content, but I'm sure you will. But make sure that you are engaging with the content. Jay, they had the final presser today for the Keyshawn Davis versus Edwin De Los Santos fight. And Keyshawn was on absolute 10 today. And this is part of the reason why he is slowly but surely creeping into one of my favorite fighters. So number one, he pushed De Los Santos. As you said it looked like De Los Santos' knees were knocking earlier, like he was nervous. So I don't know what's going on there. We'll see what ends up happening with that one. I think we'll circle back and talk a little bit about that on Friday once they have the final press conference. But I want to talk a little bit about what transpired towards the end of that final presser between Keyshawn Davis and Abdullah Mason. This was rough for me to see because I like Abdullah, but this just wasn't a good look for Abdullah at all. I got to call a spade a spade. It was not a good look for Abdullah Mason. We're gonna play this clip here very quickly, Jay. I think it's roughly a minute or so. I want everybody to get an understanding of what was said during this presser so that they understand what we're reacting to and why we are reacting to it.
Stares at you, one of those guys?
Absolutely.
So what you want to do?
I'm working my way up. I'm right here.
So after you beat him, what you want to do?
We could do whatever. You know, I'm pretty sure my team could put anything together.
Are you going to put it together, sir? You the man in there.
I don't want to talk to you right now.
I bet you don't.
But I let my hands do the talking. So
let's do it next. Let's do it next.
Okay, I'm pretty sure my team accommodated.
No. Me and you, let's make it happen right now in front of everybody. After I knock De Los Santos out, after you knock this opponent out, me and you, let's fight next. Let's do it.
That's what I'm here for.
You here to fight me next?
He said that's what I came for.
That's a bet.
Okay, so maybe not the Carl. Are you still Carl?
Hey, Bob Arum. Bob,
Carl,
you ready? Bob, you ready? Bob Arum, the man with the plan right there. The man with the plans right there.
Now, I got to say this, man. Abdullah did not sound like he had a lot of confidence in those responses. He was kind of stuttering a little bit. Didn't seem real confident in those responses. Didn't feel like he really felt like Keyshawn was a real option next. This is part of some of the issue that I have seen in Abdullah Mason. I think personally, because I don't think fighters are afraid of each other. But I think, and this is just my personal opinion, Abdullah Mason has felt sheltered. I get that he says that he does his talking in the ring. But, man, you got to be prepared to do your talking outside of the ring as well. And he got caught off guard, flat-footed, and got caught with a check hook and was damn near put away in that exchange with Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn knew he was going to do that. Abdullah was not prepared for it. And he came off looking like he was ill-prepared and not confident in himself because he didn't know what to process. He didn't know what to say. And so he looked really bad coming out of that, man. I got to get your thoughts on it, Jado. How do you feel about that? And are you looking at Abdullah Mason differently now that he literally looked like he was punked on stage by Keyshawn? I'm not saying he was absolutely punked, but boy, if you came to that conclusion, I can't really argue against it.
Hard. It hurt. That's why when I saw that hit you up, I was like, it hurt. It's like you said, like he got stunned. You know, he wasn't expecting that at all. It's almost like the fight that he had 2 fights ago against Johan Vasquez where he got caught. He got dropped. He wasn't hurt. You know, it's like a flash knockdown. He got up like, what the heck? Why am I here? You know, how'd I get here that fast? But we know he's young. He's only 20. He's not really a talker, but at some point, you have what the person that's next to you is where you want to be at. And they not only interrupt you while you're being interviewed, they start talking to you, talking down to you, like kind of sun you. Nah, Mason, I need you to get back. I need you to get a get back on this, bro. Not just in the ring, but you got to start this now. Because he's going to feel like he owns you. You know, kind of like the way people do him with Andy Cruz. Andy does him. He's doing that to you. He's trying to establish dominance already. He did say it on Cigar Talk, like, he's like, I got something for Mason. You know, and just about a week ago, you were saying you got an appetite for smoke for him. Shakur, Tank, all the other guys at 135. You said you're working your way up. You said you'd be there in time. But this guy said he said, what about next? The goal is to be a champion. That's your goal. That was your opportunity to be like, say less. You kind of like, he stunned you with that. Then it's like you're looking at the audience too much for me. I get it. You're only 20, so I give you a pass, but you can't let this happen again. I like Abdullah Mason as a fighter. He's one of my top prospects. I think he's going to be nice. But to your point, you got to get talking. At least, not necessarily be like Keyshawn, but you got to defend yourself. And you got to defend yourself and shut it down right then and there. Not say you got to get physical or anything like that. I don't think that's in your nature like that. You do it in the ring, but you got to shut Keyshawn up on that. You got to get him back. Keyshawn, salute to you, man. You have full octane, man. He was on fire that whole press conference. You know, that's what he brings. You know, he's definitely become one of my favorites as far as the talking. He's doing it real good in the ring. You know, interesting matchups. And even with him and De Los Santos, he was doing it on that too. But Mason, I need you to throw some fire back at him, bro. I need it. Yeah.
I agree with many of the points that you made. Mason shouldn't. You got to do your talking in the ring. That's perfectly fine in terms of like how you act on it, right? How you physically act on it. But in regards to how you respond to it, you from Florida. I'm a Florida boy too. In Florida, if somebody said to you, well, what's up then? Because that's exactly what they said. What you gonna do then? Nigga, what you mean? What I'm gonna do? What you want to do? You know what I'm saying? That's what. We fight next. Oh, we could absolutely do that, bruh. I mean,
we can pay up set aside money right now. Hey, De Los Santos, Nakatini, y'all take us up. We change this matchup. Y'all two fight each other. I want you in.
Yeah, what's the album? You know what I'm saying? Like in a heartbeat. So that's just how we do in Florida, and just Floridians just are talkers, man. We freaking talk. I remember going to different states and cats was like, "You talk too much." I mean, I'm from Florida. That's what I do.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
talk a lot of noise. Shut me up, then.
Yeah, shut me up. And that was usually with basketball. If your game can shut me up, then shut me up. But I was never gonna shut up. It didn't matter if you were getting the best of me or not. But they gotta give him some media training, man. He gotta be prepared for things like that because fighters are gonna call him out. You know, he's had the luxury of sitting in a room or through Skype or whatever it is that they're using to mention some of these fighters' name, and now he was in front of one of these fighters and he was ill prepared for what he brought. So you guys tell us what you think in the comment section in regards to this particular situation. Don't forget to hate, like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Angry Man Podcast, AM Sports Media, and we are out.
De Los Santos.